Football OB 451/44, Part 1 edited.
From Elland Road, Leeds, comes Leeds United versus Manchester United. We've crossed the Pennines today to see in action the side who not only lead the First Division, but have captured all the headlines and much of the talk in football at the beginning of this season. 7 league games played, 7 victories, 19 goals for and 4 against. Their side today not entirely at full strength, although it's difficult to say what is full strength in this side, but certainly they're without Paul Reaney, who failed a fitness test, and Peter Lorimer, also injured, a scorer of 6 goals in 5 games this season. But here's a young man who's grown up in the side this season, young Gordon McQueen, signed from St Mirren for £30,000 a year ago, and really maturing into a worthy successor to Jack Charlton. Today is only his 14th First Division game. Made his debut 5 months after he arrived here in a number 11 shirt, but always intended to be a centre-half in the Leeds setup. And Manchester United make 2 changes today. Ian Moore, still finding his way back to full fitness and form, together with Mick Martin, having a run in the reserves this afternoon. So that lets in Brian Greenoff, brother of Stokes Jimmy Greenoff, at number 4 for his 2nd game of league football. And Lou Macari, recovered from a hip injury, wears the number 9 shirt. George Buchan, who made a good impression on his debut last week, is again the substitute, younger brother of Martin Buchan. And that's Trevor Anderson, the young man who scored the goal here when Manchester United came here at the back end of last season and won by a goal to 0, in conditions very similar to those we have today. That's to say, drizzling rain and a slippy, tricky top surface. So Mr Smith from Gloucestershire waits to set the game rolling. We've got gates closed and something like a full house here at Elland Road, which could be up to 48,000. Last season, just over 45,000 saw Manchester United play here. There were only 2 better gates than that for Liverpool and for Newcastle on Boxing Day. And now it's Manchester United kicking off in the dark tops, their red shirts. Number 11 is Graham. Macari's flick on, and McQueen there before Anderson. Jones to Clark. Really can't be allowed to go on. There were 3 men queuing up there. One really could have gone for the tackle. Gray. Ball back for Madeley. Paul Madeley, already with 12 England caps, now established as a valuable member of Sir Alf Ramsey's side. An important game coming up against Austria on Wednesday. Stepney, scorer of one of Manchester United's goals this season, with the goal kick. Header on by Greenoff. Bremner to McQueen. Over James's head. Young glad enough to see the ball away. I'm not too worried that it went into touch. Bremner is number 4 to Jones. Holton with him. Referee right on top of that incident and giving the free kick to Leeds, but the significant thing there is how much that pitch has kicked up. Very slippery. Header away by Graham. Anderson. Jones touching it back for Gray. Jordan going up with James. Kidd to Morgan. Nice ball back again for Brian Kidd. Hunter's tackle penalised. The crowd looking at the way Kidd checked to go into that tackle, thinking that the award might have gone the other way. Anderson and Macari, the two men forward for Manchester United. Graham going to join them. Martin Buchan to take the kick. Morgan making a fourth man in the area, but it's aimed for Graham's head, and McQueen is there first. Well, I must say, I would have thought that went off McQueen, and from the buzz around the ground, a lot of people also thought so. Holton's header. Jones taking the ball away from him, and Holton late catching Jones just above the ankle. Alan Clark calling on Les Cocker. And what is the signal from the referee now? He's certainly wanting to talk to Holton. He's called on Les Cocker, and he's going to book Holton. I'm not entirely sure that I think he's maybe warning him that he'll send him off if it happens again. Certainly one or two fairly positive gestures in the general direction of the dressing room. Next time was the warning. Played a restart with a free kick by McQueen. Jones back in position in the Manchester United area. James positioning himself for the header, but he didn't make it. Bremner couldn't pull it back, so it's a goal kick. Bremner, who's playing well forward for Leeds this season. Queen with his goalkeeper available. Norman Hunter pushed that rather a long way and ran himself into trouble. Giles helps him out. Gray. Bremner is already up with the forwards, so too is Madeley. This is Jones. Checked and turned, and he still has possession. Buchan has got it now. Leeds in this opening 13-14 minutes applying pressure so that whenever Manchester United win the ball, they've very little option about what to do with it. Jones. Buchan putting it out and not getting the throw-in that he asked for. Hunter to Gray. Put off for a corner this time by Gray. This time Johnny Giles trotting out to take it. Just over 10 years since Giles left Old Trafford to come to Elland Road. Transfer that Leeds have never regretted. Stepney hasn't got it, and he was obstructed then by McQueen, but the ball's cleared. Anderson. Morgan. Anderson inside him again. Macari through the middle on his own. Tackle was by Hunter. Clark to Hunter. Gray. Cherry had to go back for it. Giles. Worth the try. Madeley was coming in on a run down the left, which I think may have distracted one or two United defenders. But the shot wasn't accurate enough to be worth the effort. Hunter. Time and again, Leeds are winning these clearances from Stepney in the air. Clark to Jordan. Clark had taken up a good position then, but James had gone back well. Madeley. Up the line to Gray, and he was unlucky that he couldn't keep that one in. Gray with a lot of space ahead of him. Morgan's throw in to Kidd. Graham. Kari's flick. Morgan on to Anderson. Turned well. And now Hunter using a bit of weight, getting round between Anderson and the goal. The chance has disappeared. Remnant to Giles. Leeds looking for a quick break at the other end. Beautiful ball from Giles to Gray. Graham. Madeley puts it out for a Manchester United throw. Off. It's a bad pass for Kidd. Queen. Green off. Martin Buchan. Stepney coming to meet him, but Stepney holding up his hand because Jones had seen that possibility. Brian Kidd. Morgan on his right, Macari and Anderson on his left, and Young going to join them. Young trying to lay it off for Anderson. And Macari wins it back from Hunter unfairly, and there's a free kick to Leeds. Norman Hunter. Jordan with Cherry just ahead of him. Clark there too. This is Clark coming back into the space that Jordan's run made. Cherry's shot kicked away by Graham. Anderson pursued by Clark. Anderson wins. Cherry just behind him, and that's a free kick. Tackle from behind by Cherry. Free kick taken before the Manchester United trainer was off the field, so it has to be taken again. And Tony Young will do the honours. Kari coming to meet it. Crafty back header. The Queen slices his clearance. Gray has it. Pressured by Graham. helped by Hunter. Buchan, Morgan gives it back. James. Hunter finding Cherry. Clark. Gray was calling for it, but it wasn't a good pass from Clark. Kidd touching it on for Graham and getting it back. Morgan. Acceleration takes him away from Clark. On for Macari. Hunter going to cover. Just Anderson in the penalty area. Manchester United reluctant to throw men forward in any numbers. Free kick has been given for obstruction by Hunter, and now Holton is going up to lend some height in the penalty area. Macari on the small side, Anderson quite slight. Manchester United don't carry a lot of weight up front. Graham there now, a good header of the ball. Holton, a formidable figure in the air. Kidd takes it. Holton going for it, and he won it, and it was a good glancing header too. Jim Holton in line for his 5th full cap for Scotland on Wednesday when they play Czechoslovakia. Morgan. Macari. Kidd. Fouled by Jordan. And Jordan is going to be booked. So that'll be the second league match. McQueen was booked in the UEFA Cup tie in Norway on Wednesday, but so far the Leeds Good Behaviour campaign has held out for 7 league games. But a very strict Mr. Smith takes Jordan's name now for clipping Kidd's ankles as he went for the tackle. On a dry day, the tackle might have been better timed. But at the same time, we have to recall that Holton paid the penalty and was cautioned earlier in the game. Kidd to Graham. Kidd again. Giles. Bremner. Maiden. Gray. Madeley going on the overlap, and that made room for Gray to come inside. Holton's clearance, only as far as Cherry. Stepney with half an eye on Jordan. Did well to backpedal the pace or two that it needed to get that one from Cherry. Giles. Hunter called for that and gets it. Gray. Madeley gone ahead of him. That's the pass for him. And on nicely for Clark on the touchline. Tackled by Greenough on Bremner. So it's a free kick to Leeds. Mr. Smith insisting that the wall goes back the full 10 yards. Giles turning it for Hunter. The crowd were entitled to ooh, and Hunter to throw his hands in the air. He struck that very true, kept it low, but it was a foot or two outside the upright. Stepney heaved a sigh of relief. McQueen. Buchan. Eddie Gray now. Madeley coming to join him. Gray. Hunter. 10 players in the Manchester United half as Leeds come forward. Cherry. Trying to tempt Holton. And Holton took a wild swing at that, but Mr. Smith sees nothing wrong in it. And it's a throw to Leeds. Jim Holton grins. Bremner. Goal kick. Billy Bremner's ability to bite his tongue being severely tested this afternoon. Gray, Madeley going ahead of him. Makari saw the possibility. Graham, Morgan ahead of him. Makari will have to scurry. Kept it in, but to no avail. Gray. Beautifully balanced, no telling which way he was going then. Corner. "45 seconds plus injury time to go to half-time." McQueen going up into that penalty area. Hunter. Hunter again, but he didn't reach it. Buchan had cleared. Offside that time, and it was Hunter who was the man. So we're now in injury time in this first half. McQueen's header. James to Greenoff. Turned well away from Bremner. Anderson. Morgan going out to the right. The back heel to Greenoff. Kicked away by Cherry for a Manchester United throw-in. Greenoff has gone down. Tommy Kavanagh wants to come on. And the referee calls it. So Greenoff is all right. George Graham has replaced the divot. Brian Kidd will take the throw-in that will restart the game. Anderson. Handball given against him. And in fact it's half-time that's been blown. And so the players go in with the score sheet blank. And it must be said that while Leeds United have played some glorious football across 2/3 of the pitch, when they've got somewhere around the edge of the Manchester United penalty area, the Manchester back four has really closed the curtain, and Leeds have had very few direct shots at Stepney. So credit to Manchester United for a half-time score of 0-0. So Leeds kick off in the second half. No goals. Leeds have had the bulk of the possession and pressure, but they haven't really shown penetration when they've come up against this Manchester United back four. Stepney now to clear for Manchester United. McQueen, again a good header. Foul given against Clark, whose arm came out there stiff. Quarter of an hour of the second half gone, and Manchester United make a substitution, pulling off Lou Macari, who came back into the side after having a hip injury, who's just been on the touchline having treatment, and now leaving the field to allow George Buchan, the younger brother of Martin Buchan, to come on as substitute. Came on last week for Jim Holton and made a good impression. And so it's Martin Buchan to take the free kick. Looking for his brother's head right from the start. Kidd mishits his shot. Gray for Leeds. Holton's header for a throw. Greenough and Bremner in together. The decision, I think it was handball. Certainly it's gone in Leeds' favour. Gray's throw into Clark. Back again to Clark. And that really was dangerous kicking by Bremner. It's a surprise to see Greenough get up so quickly. Greenough put his head down as Bremner put his foot up. The referee now having words with Stepney. Mr. Smith has sorted it all out. To be Leeds' ball. A wild swing of the boot there by Steve James. Norman Hunter. Jordan's header. Jones going out, Stepney there first. Young to Graham. On for Anderson. Madeley taking it away from danger. Graham slipped. Giles. Jones through the middle as Jordan goes down the right. Throw to Manchester United. Young succeeded in playing that ball back onto Jordan. Hunter. Hunter through to Bremner. Greenough, although on the ground, managed to keep the ball away from Bremner. And Greenough has done a good job in that department all afternoon. Clark. Now Bremner, and again Greenough on his heels. Jones. Bolton's tackle produces a flag from the linesman and a free kick whistle from Mr. Smith. Giles, header back by Jordan, and across the face of the goal again. Jordan's shot was blocked and the ball came back to him and flew again just outside the far post. Yes, that was close. Kidd, Graham, McQueen and Anderson. Foul given against Anderson. Eddie Gray, number 11. Hunter square of him, but Gray going his own way. Now for Hunter. Cherry. Looked as though he pushed it too far, but he's recovered. And now for Clark. And Stepney smothers it. Morgan pushed off the ball. Giles penalised. And a free kick to Manchester United. Queen harassed into giving away a corner. The attentions of Anderson doing the trick. Morgan to take it. 4 men in the penalty area and 3 just outside for Manchester United. He's evaded them all. Whistle for some pushing by Holton. Jones, Hunter, Jordan, really shouldn't have been allowed to get that one. Gray, Clark took that well on his chest and Bremner saw the possibility. Gray, Cherry over at the back of the penalty area. Now Clark, well blocked. Steve James it was who got in the way. Offside against Anderson. It's been a hairline decision. Trevor Anderson, referee pointedly looking at his watch, suggesting that maybe Anderson had heard the whistle, but clearly Harvey hadn't. Giles. On again for Cherry. Can he catch it? Yes. Good cross, which Stepney caught well. Clark. Madeley. By Graham. Anderson gets the throw in. McQueen back to Harvey. And real urgency about Leeds now. Madeley. Gray. Giles. Turn on nicely for Cherry. Turned over well by Stepney. Leeds now unable to stroll around and play the game at their own pace. Manchester United have broken up the rhythm. But they'll still have to withstand a lot of pressure, I guess, in the last 6 or 7 minutes. Giles with the corner. There's Kidd's boot. Clark's got it back again to Giles. Jones touching it off, nobody there to take advantage. Graham couldn't play it back to Stepney, but Buchan has completed the clearance. Bremner. Gray calling Giles in. Bremner. Turned and chipped, but Jones slipped. Holton. Miscued, but it'll do. Hunter couldn't get round Morgan. Clark. Giles. 5 minutes left as Hunter tries to find a way through. It's George Buchan back with him. He rides that tackle and finds Martin Buchan waiting to have a go. Brothers in arms there, 2 and 12, Martin and George Buchan, and their persistent attention forces Hunter in the end to give away the goal kick. McQueen. Johnny Giles, Madeley going down the left. Morgan doing redoubtable work in covering. A foul given against Clark for obstructing Graham. Leeds throw, Eddie Gray will take it. Off Buchan for another Leeds throw. Giles. Graham. It's gone for a goal kick. George Graham, who's been an inspiring skipper today. McQueen. Jordan's back heel for Gray. Clark. On for Bremner. And Jones! Well played, Stepney. That's the first time that Leeds have really opened up that Manchester United penalty area, and Stepney was equal to it. Bremner managed to tuck a telling through ball into the path of Jones, and out came Stepney and did his stuff. Stepney again, still not clear. Now it is Martin Buchan. James, Buchan, and into the safety of touch again as far as Manchester United are concerned. Less than 2 minutes now, plus what the referee adds on for injuries. Clark with Buchan at his side to give away another throw-in. Bremner, Green off behind him. What a good job that youngster has done in his second league game. Gray's shot off for a corner. Queen has come into the penalty area again as Giles takes the corner. Beaten down by Stepney and he's got it again. Morgan. Now Kidd. George Buchan on the left. Couldn't get past Hunter. Madeley for Leeds. Gray. Jordan cut out by James. Martin Buchan. Kidd. McQueen. Nick Jones. Taking on Holton for speed and rounding him and over. Again, Clark was free at the back of the penalty area, but Jones by then was in full flight and I don't think he could have steadied himself to play the chip back. Mr. Smith trying to hurry up Stepney. So we're now in injury time. Still no goals. Kidd. Morgan on for Anderson. Good cross and headed out. Harvey was coming across to parry, but Cherry didn't take any chances and nodded it out for a Manchester United corner. Kidd back to Morgan. Clark, Hunter, Giles, Clark. Clark along the line to Jordan. Minute of injury time gone. Hunter, Clark, Eddie Gray. Now can he play across? There are plenty of men waiting, hoping he can. Clark. Shot wasn't very hard and scooped away by Holton. Morgan to George Buchan. Forward for Anderson. Taking on Cherry. Cherry concedes another corner. And the last exchange is going Manchester United's way. Well, in 9 seasons since Leeds were promoted, the 18 games between these clubs have produced 8 draws, and it looks odds on this is going to be another. Kidd's pass was much too direct for Morgan, but it's got the ball up the end where Manchester United want to see it. Clark to Jones. 2.5 minutes of injury time we played. Gray. Still Gray. Deep for Madeley. Nod back for Jordan, but it didn't reach him. Buchan intercepted. And the whistle has gone. Leeds have lost their 100% record. They've also had their first league booking, and Manchester United with Alex Stepney performing heroically behind a fine back four, have got their first away point of the season. Not the most spectacular of games, but a very good performance by Manchester United. Leeds 0, Manchester United 0. And a point that Manchester United have every reason to be pleased with, and essentially a team performance. It would be invidious in the circumstances to single out an individual, I think, but one man to speak for them all, their skipper, George Graham. And George, a point I suspect that you're more pleased with perhaps than some victories you've had.
Well, it's our first point away from home this season. We've lost by the odd goal on the past 3 occasions, but it was a very good point today, one that would surprise everybody.
Certainly the back four seemed to me to put up one of the most solid performances that I've seen from them for a long, long time.
Back four played very well, but I think even the forwards played well today. Leeds had only 2 clear-cut chances in the whole of the match. That was in the second half, so it's not bad when you sort of keep Leeds down to 2 clear chances.
Sure. And while we've said that it's unfair to single out individuals, there are one or two I think we might ask you to comment about. Brian Greenough in only his second league game.
That was a second league game against, we put him on Billy Bremner today, and I thought he'd done a magnificent job. Billy was one of his quieter games, and I'm sure we'll hear a lot of young Brian playing midfield, playing a defensive midfield job, you know. I thought he played exceptionally well today.
And Steve James, who's had his in and out periods for Manchester United, but now beginning to look very solid beside Jim Holton.
Yes, Steve has come on a lot since I've come here. I think this is due to Jim Holton, who's he seems to sort of have a great understanding with Stevie, you know, and I'm sure he'll stay in the team now for good.
And you certainly didn't let them have many chances, but when eventually they got through in the last couple of minutes there, Alex Stepney did a great job.
Alex has been playing well this season. We're a young side, and we're learning all the time, and he's saved us time and time again. But we expect that from Alec now, you know. He's set a very high standard, so we just expect it from him.
And what about you yourself? I felt you were more involved today than I've seen you previously this season.
I've not been having my best time this season at all. Been finding it hard. But as I say, we're building, and I've got a lot of responsibility with a lot of youngsters around me, like, you know, and I'm hoping they'll help me as much as I can.
Did you in fact feel you played well today?
Yes, I thought I did quite well, you know. But as I say, we all worked hard, you know. I wouldn't like to single out anybody, maybe except young Brian Greenhoff. But even the front men today, you know, when you come away to play against Leeds, even your forwards have got to work hard, as well as your defenders, you know.
And the boss a bit pleased?
The boss is over the moon, yeah, especially coming to Leeds. We won last year, and took a point in the here this year. We've only got to beat them at Old Trafford now, you know, to take 3 points out of 4, you know.
Only got to beat them at Old Trafford. George, congratulations. A very good performance today anyway. Thanks you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Well, that then is our news from here at Elland Road. We hope you'll join us again next Sunday afternoon at 10 minutes past 2. Until then, we'll say thank you to our colleagues from Yorkshire Television who provided the pictures, and for now, goodbye.